Hey guys, so guess what I did yesterday? I'll give you a hint. That's right, I finally saw it. I finally saw Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2. And it was amazing. I loved it and I cannot wait for it to come out on DVD. Now before I go any further, I want to let you guys know that there will be some spoilers in here. When I go like this, a mute annotation will appear, and that means that I am about to talk about a spoiler. And if you're one of those people that don't like spoilers, then you can simply mute me. When I go like this, an unmute annotation will appear, signaling that I am done the spoiler and you can unmute me. There will be about 4 to 5 spoilers in this review. One of them is optional though. It's optional because it's not really a spoiler, but if you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Back to the review. When I saw this movie, I saw it in 3D, which was amazing. It wasn't one of those 3D movies where you could reach out and feel like it was right in front of you. But it definitely had that 3D aura to it, which was great for me. First spoiler. Okay. Like most, if not all Harry Potter fans, you cry during this movie. And I did. Technically. I shedded one tear, and that was when Voldemort said Avada Kedavra and he killed Harry. But see, what was funny was, immediately after he said Avada Kedavra, bam, the tear came, and it came from this eye, and it went poof, right in my lap. Good job, David Yates. Okay, spoiler 2. This is the optional one. Okay, my favorite scene is actually not the one that made me cry. It was the one where Harry learns the truth about Snape and the truth about his connection with Voldemort. And when I say truth about Snape, I'm talking about the connection he has with him. See, it's not really a spoiler, because you don't know what's happening, but you do know Harry learns something. And for those of you who have seen it, if you don't know what scene I'm talking about, then the music playing right now was played during this scene. Okay. Now, believe it or not, this movie had good things and it had bad things. Those 2 spoilers were my 2 good things. These are my bad things. Spoiler number 3. Okay. The death that I did not want to see in this movie had very little screen time, which actually made me mad. But most of you guys are probably thinking, Greg, your favorite character's death. That's probably a good thing that they got very little screen time. That's wrong. And the death that I'm talking about is Tonks and Remus Lupin. Their death only had about 10 to 15 seconds screen time. Probably not even that. When I read it in the book, I cried. And not the one tear thing that happened to me in the movie. It was like a river flowing from my eyes. But I wasn't bawling. I was just crying. So when I saw that in the movie, I was just like, I was almost shocked. Because it seemed to me that their death was just put in the movie because they were main characters. Spoiler number 4. Okay, one thing that really made me mad was during the movie, there was only one line about my favorite kid character, and his name is Teddy Lupin. There's only one line about him, and it is when Harry is talking to Lupin, and he says, "What about Teddy?" And Lupin says, Teddy will know of this day. Or Teddy will be told of this day. Or something like that. That actually made me mad. Because during the 19 years later part, we see Ron and Hermione and Ginny and Harry all at the platform 9 3/4 with their kids, but Teddy isn't even there. And Harry said that he would raise Teddy as his own. So that kind of got me mad. Last spoiler. Spoiler number 5. Okay. Also, during the 19 years later, they didn't talk about any of the other characters or any of Harry's friends, such as Neville. In the book, we learn that Neville has become the headmaster of Hogwarts when Harry is watching his kids, when Harry and all them are watching their kids go on the train. That, to me, is pretty major, because in this movie, Neville played an amazing part. They made him a real hero. So, to take that out of the movie kind of disappointed me. I thought the ending could have been done better. That whole 19 years later part. Okay, that's my spoiler. Those are my spoilers. And that's the end of my review. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, I'm sorry. If you want to, you can rewatch this after you see the movie, and since it will be fresh in your head, you can probably think, oh yeah, I do remember that, or, I kind of disagree with him about it. Something like that. In fact, that's what I want you to do below. I want you to comment below and tell me what you thought of the movie, if you agree with my goods and bads, and what character mostly changed in your eyes. Mine was Neville, because of how much of a hero he played, and Professor McGonagall. Because in all the other movies, she's just head of Gryffindor, or she's the Transfiguration teacher, or she's just another professor at school. In this movie, she really stepped up. Like, she put a whole army together, she controlled what the students did. She really stepped up. And for that, I applaud her. Good job, Maggie. If you liked this review, give it a thumbs up and favorite it, so that way you can spread the word. Comment below and subscribe if you didn't. If you did, I thank you. That is it for my review. See you guys later.